Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finish up 120, had the NASDAQ up 34, S&Ps were up 15, and right now we have Mr. Chris Gaffney. Chris, folks, you've heard him many times here at TFNN. He's the president of EverBank World Markets. Now, if you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right on the top of the carousel, you're going to see the 5-year market-safe currency comeback CD. That's what we're talking about today. You know, if you happen to be a commodity bull, if you're in the CD business, meaning that you like CDs, you like to have a non-risk so that you get your capital back, this is a product that is not only a great product, but what you have is this. You have a product that is only $1,500 to open, but you can open it with $100,000. Your principal is 100% protected. You have unlimited upside potential. It's an FDIC insured product. It's IRA eligible. And now we're going to talk about what that product is. Chris Gaffney, welcome back to TFNN.
Thanks, Tom. It's always a pleasure to be here.
And it's always great having you, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, we talk about volatility. You talk about markets moving down, markets moving up, people having strokes being in the market. I mean, it's like...
record day on the equity markets, I guess, today, or we're going to close at record levels, or we did close at record levels, rather. So
no doubt on the Dow, you know, Nasdaq, I guess small caps still, you know, down a bit, but bottom line, yeah, no doubt.
And, you know, what's driving people to those equity markets? I mean, you know, there's certainly a lot of volatility, and the commodities have benefited from that volatility.
Sure.
We're seeing, you know, the precious metals in particular get a nice run higher. But, you know, one of the things that's driving all the money into the equity markets is there's just no yield anywhere. There's nowhere to get any type of yield. And that includes for, you know, those investors that are typically CD investors.
Sure. Right.
And this is a way to invest into a CD. Your principal's protected. And while it doesn't have any guaranteed interest rate, it does have an upside potential tied to what we think are some commodity-based currencies. So, you know, the idea with the CD is really to give investors a way to invest into what can be a volatile currency market and not have any downside, so have their principal protected.
It's so cool. And the currencies that we're talking about, folks, so if you haven't traded, this is what ends up happening, folks. You hear the headline news a lot, okay? And guess what? You know, Chris is in the commodity market, I am, but we don't suggest everyone goes in the commodity market because it's so volatile. But this is a product that you can take advantage of that commodity market and sleep because right. your principal's protected, which is amazing, okay?
And the currencies in this, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, you know, Canada, that's, you know, there's more mining companies headquartered in Canada than anywhere else. Number one gold producers are in Canada. You know, you've got Australia that is really a commodity supplier to China. You got Chile, which is a copper producer. Mexico and South African rand, both of them commodity-based economies. So really what we've got here is a currency that is a CD that includes 5 currencies that are going to should move higher as commodities return or as commodity markets move higher. So that was the basis of this. They're equally weighted.
Yes.
So each of the 5 are equally weighted, and there is no upside, you know, cap. So really, it's unlimited as to the upside that you can return on this. Whatever those currencies perform over the 5 years is what you'll get.
And folks, so on this particular CD, you know, we've had Chris on many times, and we've had a lot of different CDs, and we'll continue to have them. This CD has to be funded by this Thursday. So it's July 14th. It's very easy to fund them. You call up EverBank. They'll open an account for you. Their phone number is 855-750-4051. That's 855-750-4051. And what you want to wrap your head around is this, is that the commodity market, you know, in the last 4 or 5 years, you know, got hurt, folks. These currencies got hurt. So what happens is if you're a believer that, you know, China's not over. And if you look at iron ore prices in Australia, we were just talking about Australia, guess what, folks? They're not. They've expanded like 39% this year, which seems like a lot, but they're not close to where they were. You know, I love how you put these things together, Chris, man. I'm telling you.
And again, you're talking about value, and these currencies were hit hard with the commodity drawdown.
Yes.
And so now you're buying them at what we think is some pretty good value, and you know, if they turn around, you're going to see a nice upside potential in this CD. And if they don't, then you get the return of your principal, so you've got no downside risk whatsoever. And in today's volatile market, we've seen all of these different, you know, there's pretty chaotic events in the markets here lately. You're protected from all of that. So, you know, worst case scenario, you get your principal back. With the rates that are being offered right now on fixed term 5-year CDs,
yes,
your opportunity cost is close to historic lows to buy something like this.
You know, what are we going to do, Chris, right? At some point, if interest rates go up, there's a whole generation. You and I know what high interest rates are, but like my son, right? He's 36, right? 37, and it's like they don't know like high interest rates.
No, yeah, and what we've been talking about and what we've been looking at, Tom, is lower for longer for interest rates, at least.
Yeah.
You know, for that's what the bond market's telling us. That's what you know, when we look at the central banks, you know, it seems to be a race to get to negative. So
I know
that certainly is not you know, does not bode well you know, for really the future growth of and that questions somewhat, you know, these equity levels that we're seeing. If you know, if the market's telling us we're not going to see a whole lot of growth, then what's going to support them? But
right. And what does happen is that commodities, folks, are a hard asset. It's going to go. Yep. Money's going to go to a hard asset. You know, it's just it's amazing. You know, I was 2 nights ago, Chris, one of the most successful bond guys in Japan. You know, he has huge amounts of money under you know, management folks. He's coming out and saying, hey, guess what? You know, the United States is going to go under 1% on the 10-year. I'm saying to myself, technically I can see it. Fundamentally, yeah. I still have a hard time with my hedge.
It's been hard to lose money if you're a bond trader here with the way the rates have been going. But yeah, and again, as you point out, that supports commodity. Commodities are hard assets. They're
yes.
safe haven investments. These currencies, you know, we designed this CD to take advantage of currencies that were linked to those commodities and that were still at a pretty good value in here.
No doubt.
So again, it's Thursday. We're not doing a second issue of this one. We've this is your last opportunity. So if they want to do it, you know, they need to call that 855-750-4051, or just go out to your website and there's a great link with all the information.
There is. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure. You know, look forward to speaking to you again, and you know, we appreciate all the support, Chris.
You bet.
Thanks,
have a great
man.
day.
Have a great one and have a safe one. That's Chris Gaffney, folks, president of Everbank World Markets. His phone number, the phone number of Everbank, 855-750-4051. Or visit everbank.com/TFNN. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Today, many commodities are trading at relative lows. And now you can take advantage with Everbank's new limited time, 5-year, market-safe currency comeback CD. This indexed and U.S. dollar-denominated CD offers 100% principal protection and is based on the equally rated performance of currencies of Australia, Canada, Chile, Mexico, and South Africa. These 5 countries are especially rich in commodities, and their respective currencies are poised to do well should commodity prices begin to recover. Keep in mind that no APY, or periodic rate of interest, is paid on the CD. Don't miss out on this innovative new financial opportunity. CDs must be opened and funded by the upcoming July 14th deadline. To apply online and learn more about the CD, including product terms and disclosures, visit everbank.com/TFNN now. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.